Hello everyone, we're back again for another Wednesday night live. Where has this week gone? So, here is Sparkles, the cutest dog in the world. Now, on tonight's live, we're going to talk about a very important topic, and it's stop majoring in the minors. So many questions I get asked simply do not matter, and over the next 5-10 minutes, I'm going to explain why. As always, give me a second, I'm going to share this into our members groups and onto our other pages. So one moment, please. If you're on, say hello. There's 3 people on. I can't see if you're on or not. And if you're wondering why I've got my dog, hello Jade. If you're wondering why I've got my dog on my lap it's clickbait. Everyone loves dogs. And I've got some really important information to share that I think everyone could learn from. So if you want to learn something about fat loss, if you want to stop majoring in the minors, I think I can help you. Okay. Alrighty, 4 people on, just sharing it in the groups, and then we'll get started. Okay, so we are going into our Adamstown group. We're in that. Let me just talk to myself for a second. We are going into our Cardiff group, we're in that. Now, there's one person on. We're going into our Adamstown page. And we're almost going to get started, guys. 1 second. So, when it comes to nutrition, a lot of you are confused, and I don't blame you. It's very complicated to get good information in regards to nutrition because there's simply so much information out there. And when there's too much information, people can get confused. And if people are confused, it often leads to doing nothing at all. And being stagnant is probably the worst thing you can do. If you have a goal to work on and you're unsure what to do, then we should definitely take some action. Okay, now, what do I mean? Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, what do I mean by stop majoring in the minors? And it's very, very simple. These are 5 questions I get asked all the time, and I'll answer them right now. But at the end of the day, in regards to fat loss, they do not matter. Is whole grain bread better than white bread? Whole grain bread might have more fiber than white bread, so maybe it's okay. It's probably better. Question number 2, are egg yolks bad for me? They're not bad for cholesterol. They're not. Is soy milk better than almond milk? It's much for muchness. If you're a guy, you might want to avoid soy products because they can lower testosterone, but it's very, very, very minor. Should I take a fat burner? If you want, doesn't matter. And are carbs bad for me after 6 p.m? Absolutely not. We should not demonize any food group eating it at any time of the day. Those are 5 questions I get asked. And the question that the person is really asking is, whole grain bread better for me to lose body fat? Absolutely not. Are egg yolks bad for me? Well, if we take the yolk out of the egg and have whites, then there are less calories. So therefore, that will help you lose body fat. But the egg yolks aren't bad. Is soy milk better than almond milk? It's 41 calories per serve, doesn't matter. Should I take a fat burner? It does not matter if you take a fat burner, if you take a pre-workout, if you eat the same number of calories, the results are going to be very, 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 very similar. And are carbs bad for you after 6 p.m? Flipped again. The answer to that question is absolutely not. Hang on. Bloody hell. Right, there we go. Now, in regards to stop majoring in the minors, every Tuesday night, or every Wednesday night, I'm going to jump on and I'm going to rant about calories and protein, because at the end of the day, if you don't get that 99% right, it does not matter what you do. All those questions, whole grain bread, egg yolks, soy milk or almond milk, fat burners, when you eat your carbs, those questions will make up 1% of the results. And that 1% of the results are quite often elite athletes that might need different type of foods for endurance, or bodybuilders that are extremely, extremely lean, or people that are cutting weight for a sport like a boxer or a UFC fighter. But for you watching 99% of people, all that actually matters for fat loss is your caloric intake. So making sure you're eating the right amount of food, making sure that you have the right amount of protein in regards to, so you don't lose any muscle, you maintain as much muscle as possible, and the weight that you lose from body fat, and your sleep. Now, calories, sleep, protein, and of course exercise, resistance training. They are the 4 things. If you mess up any of those things along the way, all those majoring in the minors, all those questions that we get day in, day out, I've just taken my sugar out of my coffee, what's going to happen? Probably not much, because it's 16 calories. Okay, so I think when people major in the minors, I think the answer they want is if they remove egg yolks from their diet, they're going to magically lose fat overnight. If they take a pre-workout or a fat burner, they're going to become a fat burning machine. If you stop eating carbs after 6 p.m., you're magically going to lose all this weight. Not the case. Once again, if your caloric intake is the same, you eat the right amount of protein, and you exercise and sleep well, you will get to 99% of your goals. All those extra things are just 1%ers that simply do not matter. Let's revisit one of those questions. So I'm currently dieting, which means I'm trying to lose body fat, which means I need to be in a calorie deficit. Now, if I was to have 2 pieces of bread, any bread, and I was to have 4 eggs, that meal would equal around 400, 450 calories. So, because I'm dieting and I'm trying to reduce my calories, it might be an idea for me, instead of having 4 eggs, I might have one egg and 4 whites. That would reduce the caloric intake of that meal by about 200 calories. Therefore, it will help me lose body fat in the end, because I'm simply consuming less calories. The other question on that list is, or like, for example, is soy milk better than almond milk? The question would be, is almond milk better than dairy milk? It depends. If you are in a calorie deficit and you want to have some type of milk on your cereal, 1 serving of dairy milk is around 125 calories. A serving of almond milk is 41 calories. So just right then, if I take out those egg yolks from that first meal and I replace dairy milk to almond milk, I've saved them now 350 calories per day, about 2,100 over the week. That would be enough for me to elicit a fat loss. So when you ask questions like, should I remove sugar from my coffee? Should I use Splenda? Should I use Natvia? Is chicken salt okay? Can I have too much salt in my diet? Is Pepsi Max better than Coke Zero? All of those questions, once again, do not matter. The question you're actually asking, or the question you should be asking is, if I remove this food from my diet, or if I remove a certain component of that food from my diet, or I move this food to here, or I add some exercise there, is that going to help me be in a calorie deficit to lose fat loss? And if that is the case, then you should definitely do that. And once you understand that there is no magic formula, there is no magic food, there is no bad food, there is no good food, there is no magic supplement, there is nothing that you can do that, like, taking out your egg yolks or replacing dairy milk for almond milk, that will magically help you lose weight overnight. One of the reasons why I hate the ketogenic diet, I hate it. It's my least favorite diet on earth. It was originally created for people that have epilepsy, and it can prevent them from having seizures. However, it's been adopted as a really popular fat loss diet. And people that do ketogenic diet, they lose 2 or 3 kilos the first week, and they think, this is amazing, carbs are horrible, I'm never going to eat them ever again, keto's for me, let's put butter in my coffee. You didn't lose weight because you reduced the carbohydrates. You lost weight because you literally reduced 1/3 of your calories. If you reduce the same number of calories from your fat intake, maybe your protein intake, you would get the same result. So every Wednesday night, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to rant and rave and rant and rave and rant and rave about calories in, calories out, your protein intake, and the ability to understand food and manipulate your food so you can still get really good results, enjoy your food, have a social life, and get results, because it is possible. And it's not going to happen if you do little things and you major in the minors. Like, the majority of questions I get asked, that they just do not matter in the end. Is apple juice better than orange juice? The question you're asking me, is apple juice better than orange juice for fat loss? The answer is, what is the calorie number per serve? Do you enjoy that food? Does it keep you full, satiated? Is it going to help you accomplish your goal of being in a calorie deficit? Soy milk or almond milk, or soy milk and dairy milk, sorry. Is one better or the other? Once again, the question you want to ask is, are there less calories in almond milk as opposed to dairy milk? Yes, there is. Do I enjoy almond milk? Yep. Then you should probably choose almond milk because it's going to help you get into that calorie deficit. So stop majoring in the minors. Now, if you're watching, you're probably thinking, how many calories should I eat? That is greatly dependent on your age, whether you're male or female, your activity level, your past experience with training and eating and dieting. And that would be my job, and Mitch's job, and Brody, Ryan, and Steve's. We can help you work out that calorie number, and we can either start to decrease it, or sometimes we actually increase your food, and you'll end up getting results anyway. When people come to us and they're like, Jamie, I've been eating 1,200 calories every single day, and I'm not losing weight. Well, you're not, because you're not accounting for weekends, you're not accounting for the sauces, you're not accounting for licking the spoon of peanut butter, you're not accounting for the alcohol. There are so many things that you're not accounting for. And I find that people want to major in the minors because they think they've tracked their calories properly. They think they've attempted dieting properly, and they actually haven't. And they're looking for that secret sauce. They're looking for that one-off thing that's going to be an absolute game changer. Every single person on planet Earth that has lost body fat has been in a calorie deficit. Every single person who has gained muscle on Earth has been in a calorie surplus. There is nothing more to say than that. So then once you understand that, it is our job, my coach, as a coach, to work with you to choose foods that you enjoy, that leave you satiated, that's going to help you either be in that calorie deficit and lose some body fat, if that's your goal, or be in a calorie surplus and build some muscle, if that's your goal. But I've worked with people before, and she was losing 1 kilo a week, which is quite quick, to be honest. She lost 6 kilos in 6 weeks. It was working, she was doing well, and she saw some stupid Instagram post from some influencer saying that you shouldn't track calories and you should eat intuitively. And she started doing that, and then she stopped getting results. And then she asked me, Jamie, do you eat intuitively? And I said, well, I don't need to track every single thing because I've tracked for so long that I know what's in every food. So I can have a very, very good idea of what's in certain foods and what I can and can't eat. But that's years and years of doing it. And if I am being a little bit more stricter, if I am in a calorie deficit, I won't guess, I will track. It would be like spending money and then earning less money than you're spending, and at the end of the month you have no money left and you're in debt. And then that person would say, oh, you should just be more intuitive with your money and just buy what you want. No. Like, you should track your money the same way you can track your food. If you spend more money than you earn, you are going to end up in debt. And maybe one day doesn't matter, maybe 1 week doesn't matter, but if you do that day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, eventually that debt will grow, or if we're eating more calories than we should, your body fat will increase. So I could not be higher on counting calories. Some people think it's obsessive or annoying. At the end of the day, the majority of us probably eat around 20 or 25 foods. I think I worked it out, I eat like 13 foods, but I love those 13 foods. And once you track for a little bit, and once you understand what you can do, it's easy and it's achievable. And we've helped so many people lose body fat and build muscle and get great results. And it all came back from just being smarter with your food choices, being smarter with your training, lifting weights, doing resistance training, and just understanding that there is no magic food. When you click off this live, you are absolutely going to go on Instagram, open it up, and in your Explore, there will be a new fat burner, there will be a new sleep product, there will be some product someone is trying to sell you to help you lose fat faster or to help you build muscle faster. I'm not trying to sell you anything. If you want to come try our program, great. I am trying to sell you the truth. And it annoys me that one of the most important things, well, I believe one of the most important things in life is understanding what you put into your mouth, what goes into your body, and how that can affect your day, your sleep, your performance. And you've been lied to You major in the minors because all you see all day in papers and magazines and on Instagram and Facebook, it's just people trying to sell you these quick fix products. They don't work. Whew. That was a good 15-minute rant. Obviously, I'm really hope that you'll learn something today. And if you do want more help with nutrition, reach out. If you're unsure how to track your calories, reach out. If you don't know what a calorie is, reach out. If you're not training, then you start training, go for a walk. Just move that body, lift some weights, eat some healthy foods, and track some foods, and you'll get results. And it's not going to happen today or tomorrow or next week. It just takes time. It takes time to get really good results. However, if you do it the right way with the right strategy, it can not be as, I guess people associate dieting as being horrible or restrictive. Once you understand calories, I'm not restricted. I eat very well. I think you'd all be surprised by what I ate. In fact, actually, I'm going to tell you what I ate on the next live. And once you understand why I eat these foods and how I eat them, I think it will help you understand that calorie equation even better. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.